Hey guys, I'm Craig Slate,
And I'm Edward Todd,
and you're listening to
the Fresh Cred. We now have joining us Joseph Bunting from United Supermarkets, all the way out from West Texas.
Lubbock, Texas.
Depending on
Lubbock,
what
Texas.
what geography you prescribe to, whether it's West Texas or Panhandle.
Guns up, baby.
Guns up.
So, are you you refer to it as West Texas or the Panhandle?
Yeah, either one.
Okay.
Either one. Yeah.
Is it really far? How far are you from Amarillo?
We're about an hour and a half south of Amarillo.
South, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where
do
we're
you
at.
get above the Panhandle, where the Panhandle starts? You guys up above that? I don't think so.
I mean, we're on
Your
the Cap
dude
Rock.
line, what's that?
We're on the Cap Rock. We're above the Cap Rock. But
Maybe the argument was Amarillo.
Yeah,
as in
could
West
be.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that. Now that is
Yeah.
definitely Panhandle.
Yeah, that's
Texas.
definitely Panhandle.
Yeah. So
Anyway, Joseph, thanks for being with us today.
You bet. Glad to be
We know
here.
it's been a busy day. A lot of folks vying for your attention out there. You've obviously taken the trip out from Texas. It's important to you, right?
It
the
is.
shows. This is not your first show here, right?
No, we've been coming here about 5 or 6 years.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the 7th, I believe, Organic Produce Summit. So what do you think so far?
Oh, we love it, and we try not to ever miss a show if possible. Really, it's a smaller show, but it really helps us really engage more in the shows, find more people. We love seeing the people that we already do business with, and then developing new relationships. Always looking for the next best thing, and this is a good place to find it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
It is.
And so for you guys, organics, how big is it becoming a big part of your business? And you've seen it kind of spread across multiple lines. I mean, I know in the bag salad category, in fact, in some items, that's all they offer is organics. But do you see it across the whole department?
Yeah, we do. I mean, it is a growing category for us. It grows bigger in certain pockets, of our business. We have stores in New Mexico and stores, in West Texas, and we have stores over there in Dallas as well. That's about, Dallas is about 5.5 hours to the east of Lubbock. And, organics do well over there. Organics do really well over in New Mexico as well. And so it's a growing segment of our business. We're trying to do right there and try to continue to grow it, trying to find innovation in it and see what we could do better.
So you're in the produce business.
Yes, sir.
Did you go to school, go to college, and come out to be in the produce business? Is that what your future was?
So the way that I got into the grocery business is I wanted to buy a pickup, right, when I was 16 years old. And so
Everybody gets
yeah,
into
right?
business.
Of course.
And so my dad told me, he was like, well, he said, okay, you want to get a pickup? I think you need to earn it. So he said, I think you need to get a job. And he said, you get $3,000 in the bank, and then I'll help you buy a pickup. Until then, don't talk to me, right? So I got a job sacking groceries when I was 16 years old. And that's where my career started, in the grocery business. So I did that.
Was it at
got my
United?
pickup. It was at United.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It was United. So started there and just started working. Didn't think it would really turn into a long-term career, or whatever, but it did. And so I started working there. I was sacker, checker, stocker, and then moved into produce, not too long after that. So I worked in the stores for 7 years. And then I went to college there in Abilene as well. I got an ag business degree and a marketing degree in college. And when I got out of college is when United decided to go into self-distribution. So I was fortunate enough, they were opening up a distribution center, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the first buyers that they hired. They wanted somebody young out of college that they could train, right? So I went up there to Lubbock from Abilene, and I bought for 10 years. And that was great experience, some of the best experience of my life.
So you were a produce buyer?
Produce buyer, yes sir, produce buyer for 10 years. And then they opened up another role there. It was a business manager role. And so they asked me to do that role, and I did that role for about 5 or 6 years. And then our director of produce at the time was Darville Kirby, and he retired very young. He was 56 years old, and he decided to retire. And so I was fortunate enough at that point to get promoted to the director of produce. I've been the director now for 8 years, be 9 years in February. So that's kind of been my path. So yeah, didn't really think produce was going to be it, but man, I loved working produce in the stores, and just kind of fell into it, and was lucky enough to be, the one chosen to go to the warehouse, and then later on the one to be leading the whole produce operation at United.
Family background and
Yes, sir. We have a cattle ranch in Coleman County in Texas, and so grew up with that. My mother was a very hard worker. She always worked sun up to sundown there. She grew up on the ranch. And my dad wasn't from a ranching family, but he got ingrained with it real quick. And anyway, she ran the ranch and everything. She just passed away just the other day.
Oh, wow.
But she ran the ranch and kept it going. It's been in the family for over 100 years. And so she's really between her and my father, that's where I got my work ethic from and everything.
Well, you know, last time you and I were talking, realized, and I told you, my dad's from out there. He's a place called Bus, which, unless you know West Texas, you ain't gonna know where Bus is at.
I don't know where it is.
And he don't even know where it's at. And I don't think it's actually in Coleman County. I'm not sure which county it's in, but yeah, my cousins, I still got family in Abilene. But they all grew up in Coleman, the town of Coleman.
The town of Coleman. Okay.
My uncle ran an auto parts dealer there, and my family's land, which from my grandfather, my dad's dad, after the Civil War, they moved from Kentucky to Texas,
Wow.
and that was land. There was this big story for my family about the land was given to us because he was actually a Union soldier, and had spent time in Andersonville, the prison, and then. So we had this story as a kid growing up that we were given this land in West Texas as, payment for his service in the military. And I thought, wow, that's what they gave, because it's pretty dry land, except, out there. And I was like, wow, well, that was a heck of a payment. But that was not the story. Apparently my family was horse thieves, and we had to get the hell out of Kentucky, so they all moved this way. So one of those two stories, or somewhere in between, is, nah.
One's a lot more exciting.
Yeah.
One is a lot more exciting, and my grandfather became a preacher, but I don't think the rest of the boys were necessarily in that line of work, but whatever the case. But West Texas, you and I have got that connection, and
Yes,
then
sir.
Coleman and the property, but cattle ranching. So
Cattle
you
ranching.
still doing that?
Century Ranch, 100
Yeah,
years. I mean,
yeah,
that's
over 100
that's a
years
big deal.
in the family. Now that my mother passed away, my brothers and I are continuing to run the place the way it had been going for over 100 years. So, yep, we're doing that, and it's been a lot of fun. A little challenging, but a lot of fun.
So how many head of cow what are you guys running?
Over 300.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's a ranch.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
So, wife, kids, all that kind of good stuff?
Got a wife, and we've been married for 25 years. We have 3 kids. Got a daughter that's 21, a son that's 18, fixing to be 19,
Nice.
and another one that's 15. So, so we got 2 in college now, and one that's a sophomore in high school this year.
Red Raiders, or?
No, my daughter is going to SMU in
Oh,
Dallas.
wow.
Yeah, that's where she ended up. She's a film major. Wants to come out here to California eventually. She's living out here this summer and doing a film internship. And then
cool.
my son's actually going to go. He's pretty musically gifted, and he plays the guitar and sings and everything. And he's going to go to South Plains College in Levelland. They have a big music program there. They're really tied in with Nashville, believe it or not, and LA. And they have big
In Levelland?
Yeah, in Levelland, Texas. It's a little bitty town outside
yeah.
of Lubbock, but they're very, very well connected. There's been a lot of big name people go through that school. And so anyway, that's where he chose to go. We took a tour there, and there was no doubt when we left that place, he said, "Dad, this is where I want to be."
That's
so
cool.
that's what he wants to major in: music production and vocal performance, and which is 2 things that he's very interested in. He's very good at. He's very gifted. So that's where he's going to start there in the fall. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think Robert
Congrats.
O'Keefe does a song Levelland, doesn't he?
May have.
Somebody
I don't
does. I think
know.
Robert O'Keefe does a song Levelland.
Or did.
He's retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retired.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
Well, there's a big Texas music scene, so I downloaded a bunch of music from the Yellowstone over the years, and he supports, I forgot the name of the producer or creator, a lot of Texas music, and it comes from all these corners and pockets of Texas that, to your point, like a lot of people don't know about.
yeah.
yeah.
But now for you guys, for you, it's a lot of changes over the years.
Yes, sir.
A lot of things. You talk about expansion. You said Dallas. You got stores in Dallas.
We
now.
do. We have 9 stores in Dallas. When I first started with the company, I think we probably had, 39 or 40 stores or something like that. And now we've got 97 stores. And so it's grown exponentially. Of course, we were family owned at that time. And then about 10 years ago, 2013, we were bought out by Albertsons. The business got so big, the family decided it was time to sell and sold to Albertsons. And Albertsons has been very good to us for the last 10 years and let us continue to operate the business the way we had. There's been a few changes, but most of them are all been very good. And man, I tell you what, business has been very good. We've been very blessed and continuing to open stores. We just opened our 97th store just about a month ago in
Where was that?
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Okay.
And got that store open. We got 2 more on the way that we're going to start building on this year, and we'll open next year.
Toledo.
So we got a Market Street that'll be going up in Amarillo, Texas, and another one in Rio Rancho. And Rio Rancho's in New Mexico, just north of Albuquerque, south of Santa Fe. So kind of right in the middle over there, and it'll be a great area. So it'll be a Market Street location
So
over
I'm
there as
familiar
well.
with that area, and there's a Market Street store that I'm in quite often there in Santa Fe.
In Santa Fe,
Oh
okay.
my God,
Yeah.
that store is great. And,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, it really is. Those are. I mean, I've been in the older United stores, but I love those Market Street stores.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, we got 2 more of those on the way, and there'll be some more behind that. So,
Very cool.
nothing announced yet.
nothing
but-
slowing down for you guys.
No, we're pressing forward.
Now, did you guys? Were you at one time connected with the United Stores up in Oklahoma?
That was, yes. Well, that was a brother to the guy that really started the Texas division. So they kind of branched off at one point in time. I think they started in Sayre, Oklahoma, and then 2 brothers kind of split, and one did one thing and one did the other. So the brother came to Texas and started in Texas, kind of in Vernon area, and then expanded out there for United. So they were connected at one point, but over the years they're not connected any longer.
Yeah, now I knew
Those
that
are-
you guys
those
had been,
original
in fact, since
family.
I've been
Yeah.
messing with stuff, and it's
Yeah.
even back when I was at Jaquita, I used to sell United Oklahoma, and it was
Yeah.
separate back then.
Yeah,
so,
separate. Yeah.
it's been quite a while, but well, you know, in the business that we're in, you mentioned organics are growing and expanding as a business. I mean, what do you see category wise? What's the kind of stuff that you get a sense for? Like, you know, we had the big movement in kale several years back, and all of a sudden everybody's eating that.
Yeah.
Squash, you know, in my world, the zucchini squash with the noodles, you know, it had some resurgence in some of that. But you see anything out there in that space?
What's the next garnish we're going to be eating?
What's the?
Because I mean,
what used to
when
be
we were growing
garnish?
up, kale was like what they
Yeah.
lined the salad bars with,
Yeah, right.
right? On the ice. For
sure.
And now we're eating it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next kale will be. You know, we see a lot of growth in the berry side of the business. You know, organics or berry category is very big on organics. You know, we go to market a little bit different on organics than maybe some others do as well, because kind of changed everything over to package. You know, most everything we offer is in the package now, just because we had a little bit of trouble with getting it rung up properly at the front of the store with checkers. You have so much turnover, you know, especially during the COVID time frame and everything else. It was a challenge, you know, to get everything rung up properly. So we changed everything over to where we're in a package now to make sure we get everything rung up properly, get the proper sell for it for organics. So, you know, that's been a little bit of a change. You got some people that like that and some people that don't. So, you know, one of the things that we're seeing here at the show is maybe some new packaging for organic, because, you know, some of our organic guests don't like to see the plastic as much. So we're trying to figure out, okay, what's a solution for getting away from plastic? What's another container we can put it in? You know, and here we've seen some cardboard, you know, package for apples, and maybe a little bit more on the grape side, you know, whatever. So it's reduction in plastic, because that's what people are not wanting to see who are big organic shoppers. So we're just trying to find, okay, what's a different avenue, what's a different vehicle to try to sell the organic produce in. I don't know what the next kale will be. I don't know what the next promotion there will be, but anyway, we're seeing good sales and good growth in organic. It's a little bit slow for us. West Texas, the organic's not really that big a deal to a lot of our guests. When you get to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and especially New Mexico area, Santa Fe area, it's a big deal to our guests over there. So we're trying to make sure that we're offering them what they want.
That's what I was wondering. So, yeah, it's curious. So you say West Texas, you're still not seeing a lot of traction in that space.
Not as much in that space. Now, it just doesn't seem to be as big a deal to those particular guests. But when you get out into New Mexico, it is a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, those guests really are looking for organic over there. The Santa Fe area, they're really, really big on organic, which is a good thing to see. And then in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you know, they're pretty big on organics over there as well. So, you know, we have some pockets. We have really good sales in organics. We have other pockets that's very, very low penetration in sales. So we just try to merchandise to the client, you know, to the guest, whether they want it or, you know, or don't want it. We'll merchandise accordingly.
Now, you guys doing, just curious, organic bananas?
We do organic bananas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All your stores?
All stores.
All stores.
Yes, sir.
And that's, how does that, being an old banana guy, you know, I'm just curious. I mean, do you see that that's pretty, good reception in most of your stores on those? And,
Yes.
and at least get some traction?
Yes, yes. Those sales have actually been growing this year substantially in organic bananas.
Really?
Yeah, for whatever reason. We've
I was
seen
going to say, that was my next follow-up question, but you don't know.
yeah, really good reception there. I don't know. I changed our banana program this year to sell by the each, And so ever since we did that, we saw really good traction on the organics.
Sell by the each meaning like 3-pound clusters or
No, individual
like
bananas.
individual bananas.
Yeah, or by the each. Yeah.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So something a little bit different, but anyway, we're seeing good results from it.
How you doing that? I mean, meaning just singles out there and they're grabbing them by the singles?
Oh no, just whenever you take
the
them up
count.
front, yeah, you just get, just like if you were buying limes, right? You just say, okay, I got 6 limes. I got 6 bananas.
So you're
Yeah.
doing just organics? You're doing both your conventional?
Both conventional and organic. Yeah, yeah. But ever since we changed that over on the organics, we're seeing really good results there. Increased sales on organic bananas. So it's been good. Been a little bit of a change, a little different, but it's
That's
okay.
innovative because I don't know anybody that's the first I've heard of all my years doing bananas. Anybody doing it by the each? That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it was a little bit of a change.
Yeah.
Little.
Whose idea was that? Your idea?
Yeah, it was my idea.
Thank goodness
So,
it worked.
yeah, I said, thank goodness it worked.
No, that's a great concept. You know, and a lot of stuff. I think a lot of things that we do, that you're probably better to sell by the each than by the pound, frankly.
Yeah.
You know, for,
Yeah.
for a lot of the customers out there. But
I'm not a proponent of doing things the way we've done it just because that's the way we've done it. Like I think sometimes you got to think out of the box and do things a little bit different, you know. And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it'll be accepted, and sometimes it won't, right? And I don't think you'll ever know until you try it. And yeah, there's a little bit of worry when we started that, but to be honest with you, I mean, about 2 weeks into it, it was like no big deal. You know, people were just like, oh, okay, that's what we're gonna do now. It's not a big deal, you know. So yeah, it's a little
The
different.
riots stopped. And
Yeah, I mean, and we never really had too much. You get questions, you know, on it, but it wasn't too bad. So, yeah. So I think you just got to look at the business different sometimes, and sometimes different things make sense, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes you just got to try it and take a risk. But
well, that's kind of all things in life a little bit, right?
It
I
is.
mean, calculated risk is how you achieve something a little better than average, right?
That's right.
You've got to do that, and you got to be willing to fail.
yep, you do. But you learn from it.
You do.
You know, and I mean, sometimes those are good learnings, you know, and it'll make you better going forward.
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, it's hard to believe in most of this, but I've seen the hand wave over there, which means, you know, our time is coming to the short here on this side. When you heading back to Texas?
Heading back tomorrow.
Head back tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
around noon. So
what's 109 out there?
probably that's what it feels like. Yeah, step off the plane here, it's like 65, and you need a jacket. So
Shivering.
yeah, it's shivering. It's quite different, but
We
yeah.
were saying earlier, it's literally half the temperature it is at home.
Yeah.
I mean, the index in my calendar today was 114.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place to be. Love to come visit out here, you know, everything, and
You don't think
enjoy
you're
the
ready
weather.
you're not ready to trade it in though?
Probably not ready to trade it in, but I will come back and visit for sure.
No, I love coming out here. I don't know. I've debated. You know, I'm going back. I've got a wedding to go to on Saturday back in Dallas, so I'll be back in Dallas this weekend, and then back to Tucson. I don't know that I'll notice much difference in terms of temperature between the two.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
but I love it out here. But like I say, I talk to so many people. It's like, yeah, it's great to visit, but you might not want to
Right.
live here, right?
Yeah. I love the ocean, man. Anytime we get anywhere near the ocean, love to see that. We don't get that opportunity where we're at in Texas
love
too often. Yeah, no. The ocean's about 9 hours away from us, so down south, so it takes a little while to get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
There's somebody growing shrimp or lobster out in West Texas with this brine. There's brine aquifer, like in West Texas. Have you heard of that?
No, sir.
All right,
No, I haven't
I'll
heard
send you the
anything on
information.
that.
That's as close to the ocean as you're gonna get out there.
Lobsters and shrimp growing in West Texas.
Yeah.
I want to find
Well, I mean, basically they're tapping into the water source, which is the salinity level is high enough to where it mimics salt water, and so then they basically farm shrimp and lobster, slipper lobsters, like you would fish, but with that appropriate,
in West Texas.
with the appropriate
We gotta look
salinity
that
in the
up.
water.
I'll have to look at
Yeah,
that.
we got to look
Yeah, I
that
don't
up
know.
because I mean he's doubting, I'm doubting. But, I mean,
Sounds pretty cool to me.
West Texas fresh, West
That's
Texas
right.
lobster.
That's
I mean,
right.
that would be a thing.
Just
That's
because your
awesome.
great grandfather was from Coleman, you don't know everything about West Texas.
No, but I mean,
I've been around too,
I
every
think-
corner.
Yeah, but I think I would know if there was a lobster farm in West Texas. I mean, I think he would.
Yeah,
send it to you.
yeah. Well,
Shoot,
I'd love to see
it'd
it,
be
man.
At the
Yeah.
United stores. He's
Yeah.
going to be out there.
I mean, I
looking
saw it
at
like on Texas Monthly or something like that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, it's been a pleasure, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. Always great to see y'all.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
Thanks for having me.